Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Raisa Pascal along with Mitch English. The pandemic-era trend known as the Great Resignation has enabled workers to search for better opportunities elsewhere. With stress and burnout already high before the pandemic, employees have had time to reflect on their values and priorities and reevaluate what's important to them. Marriage and family therapist turned mind performance coach LINDSEY Paoli shifted her focus during the pandemic to deal with the current mental health decline. And we welcome her to the show now. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Raisa. Thank you so much for having me.
We're excited to chat all things that you do, and I want to know how your focus did change during the pandemic.
Absolutely. Well, like a lot of people, our first change was from in-person to online therapy, where I quickly realized I still couldn't treat as many clients as I wanted to help. Mental health really needed to make a bigger shift into prevention. So I switched from coaching or from into coaching and consulting because therapy really felt like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole.
Hmm.
And so my focus went into coaching and consulting with businesses because, as we see with the Great Resignation, that's really where so many people have been struggling the most.
Right, I love that analogy of a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. Just kind of really emphasizes the disparity of the issue. What would you say is the most common issue that you're seeing, particularly with your clients?
Definitely, most of my clients are experiencing anxiety, depression, and just poor mental health because they're really not living a lifestyle that we're meant to live as humans. So many people want to prioritize self-care, but they're so ingrained in old habits and the hustle harder culture that they don't feel supported and they really don't know where to start. So self-care can look like anything from healthier work-life balance, intentional practices like meditation and physical fitness, simply getting outside. And we hear so much about self-care should be a reward system, but it should also be doing the harder things and kind of challenging ourselves. So if I can leave just one tip for our watchers today, a great practice that I find for clients is to practice what I call the mind fundamentals. And it's an acronym for movement, intention, nourishment, and deep connections. And if you're able to find a manageable way to implement this into every single day, you're going to be experiencing less of the symptoms from a lot of the mental health disabilities that we're experiencing right now.
Oh, that is a great tip. I think if you could offer even more ways that we can deal with that stress and anxiety, I think our viewers definitely would like to know.
Absolutely. So a lot of the ways that I'm working with clients is to first build the habits and understand their brains as automation systems. So implementing the daily habits of the mind fundamentals is kind of our foundation for all of the harder work. Because from there, then we're learning or we're unlearning societal expectations for success and happiness. We're learning instead how to follow our own intuition. They're learning how to set and hold healthier boundaries, not only for their loved ones, but in the workplace. They're becoming more aware of their own unique strengths and experiences and focusing more on the positives than the
Right.
negatives, which society is really good at helping us to be aware of.
Hmm.
And then my favorite is we practice a ton of emotional mastery, learning how to truly experience rather than numb out both positive and negative emotions and how to use them to our advantage.
Very good. And are you optimistic about an end in sight to this decline in mental health, or do you
I
see?
really want to be, I do. But I think that if mental health as an industry keeps going in the same direction that it is, and that corporations stay in the same direction that they are, I don't see this as ending anytime soon.
Right.
The pandemic really only made us more aware of a large gap in the mental health and the ways that we're
Hmm.
living. But even if this pandemic does start declining, we still have a really big issue to tackle on the other end
Right.
of that.
Well,
So I really think it's everybody's responsibility to help us overcome our current crisis. And it's going to start with the people in power really taking mental health prevention seriously.
and fortunately, we have people like you that are dedicating your life and your career to making that happen as well. We thank you for that. And where can we go for more information, Lindsay?
Yes, please come visit me at lindseypaoli.com. You can learn all about why corporate restructuring and preventative training is so important to me from my personal history. And you can also follow me at Lindsey_Paoli on Instagram and Twitter, where I'm a little bit more fun and laid back.
Excellent. Thank you.